Right at the convergence of the Three Rivers on Art Rooney Drive, we welcome you to Heinz Field in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it, this crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Cleveland Browns and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. They'll run. This is Melvin Gordon. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, it's nothing but room to run.
Third play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3. Watson now to throw. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down. Samson Abukum in there to get him for a loss of 9, and that'll lead to 4th down. So on 4th down, here's Johnny Townsend to punt it. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. This is fielded at the 27. Call it a 48-yard punt. Give him 9, though, on the return. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down.
Here we go. Grand 38. Grand 38.
And they'll go with a ground attack here. And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line. Tackled that time by Jerome Baker out of Ohio State.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because when they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The 2nd down attempt there knocked down as it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. to throw. Miller. Man open, that's Marquez Valdez-Scantling. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. And they're able to convert on third with a solid gain of 23.
Flex round.
Now the rookie out of Georgia, Sony Michel. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. Operating from the gun, Miller. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Brandon Coleman was the intended target, and it's 3rd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Here's Miller on 3rd down, and he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
And I tell you what, he got it from 58. That had lots of leg behind it. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now, seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
They'll start the drive with a run by Gordon. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2. To throw on 2nd is Watson. Flushed out. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Oh, and after the sack, he's still down on the field. We'll check on his status when we get back. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. Shotgun snap for McCarron. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he is going to get the 1st down as he covers up after a pretty good shot there. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
Detroit! Detroit! No. Check. Patriot! Patriot! Watch it now, Barney! Detroit! Detroit! Gun!
That snap came at 1. Now McCarron. Over the middle, hauled in by Shark. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. That 1st down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7.
Detroit! Detroit! Gun!
To throw, McCarron. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. About 3-5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
And the penalty makes this a much more manageable third down, 3rd and 2. Following the penalty, here's Gordon. And all the way in, touchdown, Cleveland. Melvin Gordon, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Browns have taken the early lead. Well, they were just hoping that run would pick up the first. They got the whole enchilada.
And I'm so used to teams on 3rd down, doesn't matter how far they need for a first down, throwing the ball. Instead, they run it, and as you said, picked up the first down, and then some, and then some. In fact, everything, all the way for a touchdown. Terrific play.
This will be taken way up by the 25. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they load him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. And able to use his blockers to get this up over the 40. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
Looking to throw. Miller. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. First catch of the game for the rookie Sutton. It's a first down. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables. Otherwise, they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 45. And he'll get this one out to that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job. Finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
Gone, gone! Gone, gone! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Now Gordon on first down. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so.
And that was a good run. This was only one of 9 guys to go over 1,000 yards in 2017. And I think you can't let him run wild here.
What do you think, 100 yards, the measuring stick?
Always. That is the threshold. You want to keep him under that if you want to play good defense.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
McCarron to throw on 2nd down. Wide open receiver complete. And they move this all the way down to the 9. That goes for a gain of 31.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. First and goal, Melvin Gordon. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down. Now McCarron throwing on second. Eluding the press. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Randy Gregory in there to get him for a loss of 5.
Second goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football. Had to eat it and ended up on the ground.
McCarron following the sack. He leads his guys up on 3rd and long.
Gone! Detroit! 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 Detroit!
To throw is McCarron. His throw caught at about the 5. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. A big play, but still not enough. Leads to a 4th and goal. So now the Browns will turn it over to their field goal unit here. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And his kick is right there. It's good. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that happens because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Ohio!
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And he puts his head down and gets up to the 42 for a gain of about 6.
Let's talk a little football 101 here because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
It's caught by Coleman.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Miller throwing on first down. Trying to lay one up deep. It's caught inside the 25. And he takes this way down deep into Cleveland territory. A big play that time for Pittsburgh. And even 40 yards. A first opportunity for the Steelers in the red zone. They're looking at a first and goal from about the 9. And they'll run it here. And only about a yard there as he takes it from the 9 to the 8. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
2 minutes to play here in the first half. Back to Heinz Field after this. Nothing on first down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, 2nd and goal.
Flex round! Flex round! Flex round! Flex round! Ohio! 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 Ohio!
Back to throw. Miller. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Brandon Coleman, his first touchdown on the year. And the Steelers are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call. Mark off the 5 and keep it moving.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This will be taken very short. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point.
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that. Super toe.
They'll start on the ground. This is Gordon on first down. Nice way to start the drive. A gain of 12 and a first down. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
A.J. McCarron looking to throw. That'll move the sticks for the Browns, a gain of 12. And McCarron now 5 of 6, very accurate since taking over, and he's got his guys a first down.
No, check, Patriot! All right, now, lucky 56, lucky 56. All right, now, lucky 56, lucky 56. No, check, Patriot! Detroit!
Throwing now is McCarron. This is Gordon on the dump off. And he'll get it down here to the 43. Call it a 1-yard gain on the play, and it'll make it a second down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Detroit!
On second down, here's McCarron. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
The Browns on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 9.
Detroit! Detroit! Gone! 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 All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Hot! Hot!
And again, it's McCarron. Escaping the pressure right. Hard throw, incomplete.
And that's a crusher right there. Had his man open for a first down, threw a fastball when that wasn't necessary, incomplete pass. One of these quarterbacks going to learn, you don't get extra points for how hard you throw the football.
So on trots the field goal unit, and wow, this is going to be a challenge here. They spot it on the midfield stripe, so it is a 60-yard attempt here. And this is good. He got just enough to clear the crossbar as he drops it in from long distance. And that right there is something we've seen, 15 times in NFL history. That will officially go down as a 60-yard field goal.
And everything has to be absolutely perfect for this to have any chance. He's got to get it out low and really drive through it. And I tell you, that was one heck of a kick. One heck of a decision on the sideline to even try it as well.
Now Miller on first down. And he's going to be grabbed and pulled down. Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Looking to throw. Miller. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. Miller now on 1st and 10. He's going to look deep down the field. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
And you just know when that play call came in, their eyes lit up, because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity.
Here's Miller. Going to throw again. And he will find Ridley on the left side. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down.
Flex round! Flex round!
On 3rd down, Michelle. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. To punt it away on 4th down, here's Drew Kaiser. And this will be taken at the 13. So we come up. Well, I know we hold off on the halftime update after all. Seems like everyone's ready to go here for the second half in Week 8 in the NFL. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. This will be taken way up by the 25. And they're going to have really good starting field position here, as that's taken up close to the 40. The Steeler offense now with a football first here to begin the third quarter. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works.
What? 90. Ohio.
Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay. And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves them back 5. The delay of game backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
Come on, let's go. What? 90. Ohio.
And they'll go on the ground. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Tackle made by K1 Short.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Flex round. 3 down. Hey, check. 3 down. Ohio.
Miller looking to throw on second down. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Eli Apple was a top 10 pick in the 2016 draft, and one of the reasons, his ability to get better, because remember, he's a young guy, and they just figured he could go ahead and grow. A redshirt sophomore when he came out, he's growing at a pretty good rate. How about that play right there?
Very nice pass deflection. And he's got a man, Calvin Ridley. The Red Sea parts, and there he goes. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Calvin Ridley, his second touchdown on the season. And the Steelers are able to strike for 6. Here's Hopkins now out to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Browns now. They get set for their first possession of the third quarter. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve.
Detroit!
On 1st and 10, here's A.J. McCarron. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Richardson. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
All right, now, lucky 56.
And now we've got flags down. Looked like one of the Browns might have moved. The full start backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
Detroit!
Now McCarron. Going underneath for Gordon. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. Call it a gain of 5. And it'll be 2nd and 10.
Well, it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a turkey bowl where you have the center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for.
To throw, it's McCarron. Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down. Samson Ebukam in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year. McCarron following the sack. He leads his guys up on 3rd and long. Now McCarron. A bullet throw, but incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. An 8-yard return there after a punt of 47. And out will come the offense as they take over. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Throw right side, caught by Ridley. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. First down yardage on the first play of the drive, give him 14. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff.
Yeah, when we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, you know, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time. Really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
And he'll get it down here to the 43. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here. Again, it's Michel. And an alley to run. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
My, oh my, they've had some success bringing him off the edge. How about the gambling man who's the defensive coordinator? He's not just bringing pressure. He's bringing a corner to go after the quarterback.
And it's worked twice now, twice like a charm.
And not only has that worked like a charm, he's been awfully disruptive in his usual role covering receivers. Now he's rushing the passer as well.
It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down. And the Steelers on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. From the gun, Miller. And that is incomplete. Well, the numbers have been good in the passing game, and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now here, 3rd quarter, maybe go to the run game a little more?
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incompletion, a little credit to the defense for shutting them down on that play. Maybe you try and run the football a little bit more in this spot, but they have to feel good about how they've been throwing it overall.
And Hopkins' kick is good. But hang on, a flag is down. Now, if it's on the defense, they might decline it and take the points. That play seems to never work, but they were able to draw him off on 4th, and now it's 1st and 10.
Ohio!
Back to throw. Miller. He's got his man on the crossing route. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1.
Here we go! Grand 38! Grand 38! Ohio!
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Flush to his right. Got his man. It's caught for a Steelers touchdown. DJ Moore, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Steelers find a way to stretch their lead. And his kick is right through. Here's Hopkins now out to kick it away. This will be taken short. And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it up past the 35. Charles, this one not over, certainly, but you set the magic number earlier in this game at 20 points. Said that they would need to hold them right around that marker under it. What are you seeing here?
Well, that number is still in play because we said, okay, 20 or under gives them a chance to win. Right on pace for being in that range. And guess what? They've got a shot.
Throwing on first. Here's McCarron. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield.
Detroit!
McCarron again here on 2nd and 10. He's going to rifle one deep left side, and that's caught inside the 35. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
Patriot! Detroit! Gone!
On 1st down, McCarron. Flushed out right. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10.
Lucky 56.
On 2nd down, they'll run with Gordon. And he works free. That's good for 21 yards and a 1st down.
Partner, we've seen Melvin Gordon do it a variety of ways running the football. How about that last run? Had a little shake and bake to it there, didn't he?
He did.
Kind of reminded me of when he was at Wisconsin and what he did in Nebraska. His last year there, 408 yards in a single game. At that time, that's the NCAA rushing record, wasn't it?
Yeah, and then a week later, Samaje Perine broke his record with 427 yards against Kansas. He pushes forward from maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line.
It went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Yeah, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
Detroit! Back 99 Philly, here we go!
He'll get it up the middle, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3, and now it's 3rd down.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
McCarron on 3rd and goal. And this is going to be incomplete.
If you're a defender, one of the fun things about playing zone defenses, especially in today's football, is that it's not as static as it was in the good old days, meaning you just drop to a point and react into the football. Now you end up with a lot of man-to-man principles once you get into your zone defense. In other words, get to your assignment and then locate a guy coming into your area, and then you end up covering him almost man for man. That allows him to make more plays on the football like the one we just saw there.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Steelers offense gets ready to get back onto the field. Right now clinging to a one-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs. And the goal? End the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
This quarterback now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Miller. And he gets this one to Ridley complete. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. 12 yards that time at a Pittsburgh first.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Now Miller throwing on 1st down. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. K1 short. Coming up the middle, gets him there for a loss of about 9. Miller now to throw on 2nd down. Wide open receiver complete. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Marquez Valdez-Scantling with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Steelers are going to add on to their lead. Here's Hopkins now out to kick it away. This will be fielded at the 8. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Browns offense heading back out to take possession. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
McCarron. Open man right side is Ingram. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
This game just keeps evolving and changing, doesn't it? You got a tight end who can move around a lot. Not necessarily using a big body on him. Sometimes you take a corner, a better cover guy, and put him on him and try and take him out of the game, as we've seen in this one.
You're exactly right. They've taken him out of the game. That was just his first catch. Big reason they're losing right now. The Browns passing game finding its stride. They've got another 1st down. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
McCarron now on 1st down. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. Samson Ebukam. He's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here.
Detroit!
Shotgun snap for McCarron. He'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. And a loose football, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
And I have to admit, partner, that I've often thought that I don't like this rule, where the offensive player fumbles the ball, it goes out of bounds, and they get to keep it.
That's just because you're a defensive guy. That's why you don't like it.
Yeah, you're right. It is a slanted view, isn't it?
But this is where, for the offensive team, the sideline is their friend. Usually it's not there for him.
Yeah, exactly right. I actually played for a guy in college. You know what he used to name the sideline? Sammy. Sammy sideline, and use him well.
Eluding the pressure right. He may try and run for this. Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to 4th down. The Browns try to get back and set quickly here. Time ticking away.
Lucky 56. Lucky 56. Over. Gone.
Now McCarron. He's got to have this one. Over the middle, complete. It's Richardson. And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this football game. McCarron and the offense come up 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive.
Over. Gone. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
To throw, McCarron. Escaping the pressure right. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down. Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. He's going to let it, and it's caught. He's got it for a late touchdown, but probably a little too late. It would take a miracle of epic proportions if they're going to pull this one off. And now in a 9-point game, they'll still just need to go for 1 here. Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good, as this gets them back within a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. So the clock sits at 16 seconds as they line up for the onside kick. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
Well, I guess we just discovered that someone is certainly not going to sit back and just take it in this game, huh?
No, they were trying to get that touchdown back in 1 shot.
1 shot, trying to help out his defense and let the other team know they were coming after him.
That one looks like he'll throw here. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack back at the 47-yard line. And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call.
Flex round! Flex round! Ohio!
Here's Miller throwing on 3rd and long. Spinning away. He's got a man on the crossing route. That's Moore. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. Well, Charles, the forecast called for rain throughout the entire game, and we got rain throughout the entire game. But these two teams, they had